Hi friends, welcome to English classes. Today we are going to discuss about if I knew or I wish I knew. The uses of if I knew, I wish I knew. Let's start the class. Here the first situation is that Sue wants to phone Paul, but she doesn't do this because she doesn't know his phone number. Now she says, if I knew his number, I would phone him. Then second one, the case is explained. Sue says, I knew his number. This tells us that she doesn't know his number. She is imagining the situation. The real situation is that she doesn't know his number. So when we say an imaginary situation, there we usually use if I knew or I wish I knew. When you say I wish I knew, the situation gets a bit different. That we'll explain later on. Let's go on. Now the second situation is that when you imagine a situation like this, if you use if plus past, if I knew, if you were, if we didn't, etc. But the meaning is in present, not in past. For example, Tom would read more if he had more time. But she doesn't have much time, that's why he does not read at all. So the situation's meaning comes in present. If I didn't want to go to the party, I wouldn't go, but I want to go. The situation is there. I want to go, but actually I intend to go. The thing is that if I did not want to go, I wouldn't go. But I want it. Now, we wouldn't have any money if we didn't work. But we work and we have money. The situation is different, but we say about something unrealistic. If you were in my position, what would you do? No one can go to one's position to the other. So the situation is unrealistic. Again, it's a pity that you can't drive. It would be useful if you could. So now you don't know how to drive. In future you may learn how to drive, but now you don't know. This situation is not going to change until and unless you learn or you know how to drive. We use the past in the same way after I wish or after wish. I wish I knew, I wish you were, etc. We use wish to say that we regret something, that something is not as we would like it to be. So we like something to be in a particular state, particular situation, but the situation is different. A situation may be just opposite to it. I wish I knew Paul's phone number, that I don't know his number and I regret on this. Do you ever wish you could fly, but at the same time the real situation is that you don't know how to fly and you can't fly. It rains a lot here. I wish it didn't rain so often. So if I wish, the situation is not going to change. Then it's very crowded here. I wish there weren't so many people, but the reality is that there are a lot of people. Then I wish I didn't have to work, but I have to work to earn my living. So the situation is different. Now, after if and wish, if you can use were instead of was. So if I were, I wish it were, etc. So you can say, if I were you, I wouldn't buy that coat, instead of if I was you. So if I was you would be used if it was a real situation. But if it is unrealistic situation, there we have to use if I were. I would go out if it weren't raining, but the situation is that it is raining. but I wish that if there was no rain. But if I say if there was no rain, it says about a realistic situation, but now I don't want to have any rain at all. So there I use it as it weren't raining. I wish it were possible. I know that it is not going to possible, it is not going to happen, and it is not possible at all. So when we say something impossible, unrealistic situation, there we use if I were or I wish it were, etc. We do not normally use would in the if part of the sentence or after wish. If I were rich, I would have a yacht, but I am not rich. That's a fact. If I wish, I wish I had something to read, but I don't have anything to read with me. Then again, sometimes wish plus would combination is possible, especially in the following sentences. I wish you would listen, but I know that you are not going to listen, but at the same time I simply express my hope, my expectation. I wish it would stop raining. It is simply I wish, I just want to show my intention, that's all. Then note that could sometimes means would or would be able to, or sometimes was or were able to. You could get a job more easily. Otherwise you can say you could get a job more easily, or it is possible to say you would be able to get a job more easily. Then next sentence, if you could speak a foreign language, there you can use instead of could, if you were able to speak a foreign language. This is the end of the class. Thank you for watching this video. I would like to wish you a wonderful day. Thank you.